Yo, I bought this shit I bought this yesterday. Dude, the pharmacist. I had to choose between this and Benadryl. The pharmacist said to take this. I'm here to let you know this ain't working. I ain't gonna hold you. So I might have to go and get some Benadryl. Now, that part pissed me off because this costs like $30. This box cost $30. The Benadryl was on sale for $17. Like everything I have, sneezing, stuffiness, itchy, watery eyes. I don't really have that. I don't really have itchy or watery eyes. I don't have hives at all. Runny nose, itchy nose, and throat. Allergic skin itch. I don't really have that either. I have runny nose, itchy throat, stuffiness and sneezing. I'm not really sneezing like that, but basically this ain't working. So, and you can hear it in my voice too. So I'm already mad about that. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the Discord, bro. Hit the Discord. You know what I'm talking about? In fact, I'm gonna pin that. But how's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Welcome back to the Flexing Mind Network. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian. You tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. Let's go ahead. Let's see what we can get into. I got a question about the release date though. I need to find that video I was watching, so I might have to go back to Kishka. Kishka, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know, he's one of the top streamers in Canada. So
you love cool. To take that bag.
Yo, nice that. So that's kind of cool that, you know, one of our streamers is getting the attention from all of this. Me personally, my opinion when it comes to the top streamer in Canada, that is House of Laughter. That is Mookie Moods of House of Laughter. So I know it might be biased, but if you see this man work, then you understand that he deserves that spot, and he's continuing to put in work. And I actually want to see people support him for real, you know? So, of course, everything comes with time. You know, as long as you're putting in your repetitions, you're putting in the work, you ain't going to have no problems. That's exactly what I'm doing here right now. Usually when I'm sick, I don't show up. That is out the window now. Because every time I'm sick, like really, really sick, like I'm good right now. Like I'll cough and like I'll sneeze or like I'll blow my nose. Like that's usually what happens when you're sick. But when I'm really, really sick, that's when the channel is popping. And every time the channel is popping and I'm sick, I step away. I'm not stepping away no more. I'm not stepping away no more. I'm done with that. What's good, Noah? So I'm done with that. Like the work I'm putting in on this channel alone, the amount of videos I'm dropping on this channel alone, like I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not hungry in terms of starving. I'm hungry in terms of I want this success. I'm putting in the work, so I don't have to worry about that, you know? I'm dropping the videos I need to drop, so I'm not worried about that. I'm providing for anybody and everybody I can, so I'm not really worried about that, right? So I just know that when it comes to times when I'm sick, I step away. I'm not doing that anymore. The best thing I can do when I'm sick is make sure that I either drink something or I take something that wouldn't have me like super, super sick on stream, so I can get the job done at the end of the day. So going forward, that's the motive right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw that out there. You know what I'm talking about? So the first thing I want to talk about is the release date. So this is probably gonna be my main video for today. Culture United is tonight. Y'all know I'm gonna watch that, so I'm not even worried. I'm just here to make sure that I provide a video, essentially. You know, so I'm just gonna have a lot of questions. Of course, we're still gonna be talking about Iceman. It's like the post rollout release for Iceman kind of situation. So let's go ahead and get that out the way. I actually want to take y'all to a very popular Canadian channel. And funny enough, that is a news channel. CP24, Channel 24. You know, Damn, I'm not subscribed. I'll probably subscribe. Because that's an important news channel for us. So I actually want to take a look at this real quick. So for people that's not familiar, CB24 is a news channel around here. One of the, hands down, like one of the greatest news channels, period. Because when you want quick news and you want news provided, this is the channel you go to. But the reason why I'm here is because of this. The reason why I'm here specifically is because of this. I'm confused now. So with the pieces that I have together, you can kind of figure out what's going on for this live today. Like I said, this is hands down the main video for today. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. What's good, Josh? What's good, Connor? If you haven't heard in the beginning, anytime I'm sick, I'm still showing up, because every time I'm really sick, I miss out on blessings, and I'm not doing that no more. So I want to make sure I show up for the repetitions. This medicine I bought yesterday, this is not working. So this one's called Reacting. I've been taking this since I was a kid. All right, but is this kid medication? This is not kid medication. All right, can kids take this? Yes, but this medication is not recommended for kids. All right, you know, if you want your kid to take this, you cut it in half, right? I think it's like, what, 10 milligrams per tablet. If you cut it in half, you get 5. You get 5 to a kid. My point of what I'm saying is that I took about 2 of these last night before I went to bed. And the way I woke up coughing out of my sleep, I must have thought I got kidnapped or something, because this ain't right. I don't understand why this is not working. So I might have to go to the pharmacy again and get the Benadryl. The funny thing is, I asked the pharmacist, between this and the Benadryl, which one would you recommend? And he's like, oh, because Benadryl is it provides like drowsiness, I wouldn't recommend taking a Benadryl. I'm getting the Benadryl. I don't care about falling asleep. To be honest, I need sleep. So I'm gonna go and get some Benadryl, and then make sure I sit down for the Culture United. Hey, Connor, you already know, gang. Ain't even an issue. This is like, yeah, I hope so too. But these are like, and thank you, by the way, for the love. To get well soon, right? So like, this is like seasonal allergies. Like every year, every springtime, this happens. But I don't know why it happens to this level, because it never used to happen to me at this level, right? So now I'm a little mad that I keep getting sick like this every spring. But is what it is. At this point, what's good, Judy? I'm gonna go ahead and start my video. I'm not gonna be here for too long, because I know Culture United starts at 8. But I think the conversation we're gonna have is gonna last throughout the whole time that we have till 8 p.m. So it's 7:35, and at this point I got questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the recorder. They not have Allegra. That's for allergy. I don't think we have that. That might be American. I don't think we have that. All right, at this point, I'm going to hit the record button, because at 7:35 p.m. on a Wednesday, I have nothing but questions, right? So, Kishka, top streamer in Toronto. My opinion, the top streamer in Toronto is Mookie Moods, A House of Laughter, hands down. I seen the man put in way too much work for him to not be like blessed and loved, but he's getting the blessings and loving right now. So like, you know, I just want to see him continue to get the blessings and love, because for the top streamer spot in Toronto, in Canada, he deserves that, hands down, without a doubt, right? So we got Kishka. A lot of people call him the Kai Snack clone, because he kind of sounds like Kai. Kishka went to the Iceman sculpture, or the ice brick. I like to call it the ice brick. He went to the ice brick sculpture, and he climbed on top of it, and he found this bag. So this bag, of course, it was frozen within the bricks that was put together in Toronto. My thing about it is that it's a little sus in terms of looking at how this was put together and why he's like the dude to go and find it. Of course, a lot of people, they have their own opinions, they have their own like thoughts that, oh, this was put together, this is like staged, this is the marketing for the album, fine and dandy. So my thing about it is that these ice bricks were set up where the release date is supposed to be in the middle, and as the ice melts, with regardless if it's rain, shine, whatever, as the ice melts, when it gets to the bottom, you're gonna see the release date for the album. Like, they're gonna announce the release date, which is allegedly May 15th, right? And I'm gonna get to the release date. I'm gonna talk about that in a second, but I want to focus on that right now. That was the goal of these bricks set up in Toronto. That took up about 8 or 10 parking spots in a parking lot. So this is where I'm confused now, because if it's supposed to be in the middle, what are you holding? That's my main question. What are you holding right now? You know what I'm talking about? So like, if you're saying the release date is at the bottom of this ice brick, what is Kishko holding? Because now at this point, if we fast forward in his live stream that he cut up, you're gonna come to realize he's holding the release date, and the release date was on top of the ice brick. So now I'm confused. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm following the moment. So that's what I was doing yesterday. I was sitting down, I'm following the moment. I'm just going with everything that's going on in front of me. So I'm like, all right, there's a show. Let me sit back and watch the show. Now I'm analyzing the episode because I'm like, what's going on here? Hold on a second. Because mind you, this could have been Iceman episode 4 right here. Right? From the perspective of a Toronto streamer. Someone that can actually do it right. And have the chat like right there, like instead of just in the YouTube. But that's another story for another day. What was the point of the ice brick if he's holding it right there? What's at the bottom of that? Because I'm confused. Me personally, I'm confused. Because how is it that we have this already, and then come to find out, they're melting the ice right now? Well, this was earlier in the day. Damn, the same police officer. Alright. Same police officer's still there. I know they're pissed. So they're melting it right now. What was the point of the live event? What was the goal of that? Because knowing me and the logical brain that I have sitting there and looking at people play on ice, that's not a good look. Now, is the rollout smart? Here's the thing. For something called Iceman, and you want to make it clear it's about like your jewelry or like actual ice or whatever, you know, you did a pretty good job with the marketing. Not saying that this is S-tier marketing, because I promise you it's not. This is about like B or C tier marketing because of the actual like, because of what actually happened on that night or on that day when the whole Iceman thing came about, right? So the danger that this ensued, the hysteria this gave the 200 people that was in the area, because that's not a big area, that's a small area. So 200 people crowding around an ice brick like that is really realistic. But now I'm just sitting here and I have more questions than actual answers, because if you were to set this up and it was supposed to melt until it gets to the bottom, what was the point of setting this up? Is anybody like, are y'all following what I'm saying? Because the confusion is real. The release date is on top. What's at the bottom? The release date is all over the internet. What was the point of all this? For what we witnessed yesterday, And it already confirms that it was Gotham City for me, right? Everything that we witnessed, it literally looked like Gotham City. You have kids climbing a sculpture they shouldn't even be touching, but because it's for Drake, they said, F the rules. Let's go and do what we want. We're going to go get sledgehammers. We're going to go get hammers for nails, as if y'all are carpenters. Y'all going to run around with flamethrowers or Axe body sprays with your lighter, trying to make a makeshift flamethrower. A lot of people burning their hands up because they want to melt the ice so bad. Looking at it at face value, those are my questions. What's the point of having everybody act like this for your music? Because we know on Twitter, a lot of people on Twitter are not even from North America that's talking crazy. DeVille had a video, or no, it was Yo EQ. I know Yo EQ had a video talking about how all the Drake fans or the Drake stans are on Twitter right now, tagging Kendrick in his last post on Twitter, sitting there talking about, oh, you get ready, you short Nick. You get ready, you short mother. Iceman is coming. I'm like, so hold on a second. This is where Drake fans lose me. Because if this album is for Drake, why are you trying to make Kendrick Lamar go viral off of his name? The more y'all tag Kendrick in this, is the more publicity is going to go to Kendrick than Drake. So why are y'all going out of your way to try and make fun of Kendrick for your Lord and Savior, sixth God? That's where I'm confused. That's where I don't get it. That's where I don't understand. What's good, Lightwalker? He could have had something if he let the ice melt all the way. It's just a waste of water. Just a waste of water. Yeah, man, you see it. The car. Oh yeah, some streaming through his car keys down there. What's good, Malcolm? But those are like just some of the questions I have just looking at this, cause like, look at what you made Toronto look like. You think what you did made Toronto look good? I feel bad for a lot of people that showed face out there, cause me personally, I was at work. But if I was to finish work and go there, I personally wouldn't go. I'm going to be so real. I would go in the morning. I'd rather go in the morning than go at night, because knowing how people be moving around the city as if they ain't got no parents, I would never want to go at night. Because that foolishness. First of all, why are y'all shaving kids bald in front of the ice brick? That's what I want to know. Why y'all shaving kids bald down to the scalp in front of an ice brick? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Bro, no direction at all. This was all over the place. So like I said, looking at this, melting the ice, I get confused. What was all of this for? You could have found another way to reveal this. Instead of just getting bricks, why don't you get like an actual ice sculptor to sculpt you something, and then, you know, let the kids do what they do. Because they can't climb an ice sculpture, but they can climb a pyramid of bricks. It would have been smarter, to be honest, and cheaper to have an ice sculpture. And then at the bottom of the ice sculpture is the release date. Now, what would the ice sculpture be exactly? I don't know. It could be anything. It could be you. It could be like your head top. It can be like a diamond, like a diamond made of ice. That would have been way better to do than have a pyramid where kids can climb it and possibly hurt themselves. From the two streams we watched Kiska stream and we watched Underground Nation stream. From the two streams we watched, the potential people that could have hurt themselves was astounding. Thank God nobody got hurt. But with something like this, the way people could have gotten hurt, it's ridiculous. There's better ways to go about this. Imagine if you had a big diamond ice sculpture, and then you would have like somebody in Toronto that does that for a living. They would make that for you. You put them on. And then at the same time, you have them deliver it to whatever part of the city, set that up, and then have your moment where fans can interact with the ice sculpture instead of having this. Wasting wasting water, mind you. You're wasting all this water to melt the water. That's crazy. Like, hey, bro, I'm just doing what I do. It was astounding. For real, bro. No cap. What's good, Shanice? But that would have been way better to do. We already seen you show off the diamond on your IG, and you have other people posting a diamond. Get an ice diamond, set it up, make sure it's like big, and make sure people can't climb it. And then let that melt. Let them get their flamethrowers. Let them get their ice picks, their hammers, their sledgehammers. Let them do that. Do something. Do something else besides this. Cause I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is dangerous. And mind you, it was kids out there. You had young adults out there playing on ice, climbing ice, setting ice on fire with coal and lighter fluid. All of that was so unnecessary. You could have just anything else could have worked, including ice, if you wanted to use an ice sculpture for your rollout. Would have made more sense than to have this happen. And now they're coming out here to melt it. Look at this. This is ridiculous. That's exactly what they're doing. They're melting down the ice sculpts right now. And as far as I see it, looking in, I don't see nothing in the middle. If I'm going to be real. There's nothing in the middle there. And it was a pretty decent day too. Like, it wasn't like super like warm, but it's above freezing temperature, so it's going to melt.
Yeah, it was at the very top.
But like, I don't see anything. What was the point? Now going back to Kishka, Iceman, May 15th. Mind you, all of this that we're seeing right now. Keep this in mind. This was at the beginning of them setting up the ice sculpture. Whatever that they did at night, that was just for antics. That was just to put on a show. Which makes me more confused, because what was the point? I see a lot of people saying this is a good rollout. This is smart. At face value, it's smart. But when you look at the actual event and the actions that surround this event, it's not really good. That one dude that had the channel where he where he went up against 4 other Kendrick Lamar fans, but honestly they look like paid actors. That dude had a better marketing strategy than what you're doing here. And honestly, that marketing strategy dude had would have saved you money instead of wasting money on bricks that are just gonna melt away the next day. Because they didn't want to keep it there. Right? It was that's what I'm saying. And what was the point? Like Sneaker Mama, what was the point? I'm just asking questions at this point. Was it all a lie? It looks like it. Because they're trying to actively melt down the sculpture. So what was y'all goal? It's just noise? Possibly. Isn't it supposed to rain in Toronto this weekend? And isn't it kind of cold up there? It's not that cold. Like I said, it's not that cold. In terms of rain, we're supposed to be getting rain soon. I can guarantee you that. I don't know if it's going to be on the weekend, though. I looked outside earlier. Them clouds are looking dark. So we could have some rain tomorrow if possible. You know? What's good, Mika? Yeah. And also, the sewer system. With all that water going into our sewer system, knowing that system is not good. That is horrible. So you smart to get rid of that before it rains. If it goes away when it rains. There could have been way better ways to get this done. This was clearly Drake's idea. The initial thought was definitely there. But in terms of long-term success with this, I don't see it. I don't see it whatsoever. Now, going through this book.
May 15th. May 15th.
So going through this book, if I'm going to be real, I'm going to fast forward this too because I'm not trying to. How you do that again? The playback speed. So, in terms of this.
2024, 2026
so
will be the year. Am I reading this wrong? Will be my
year. So you
year.
clearly got merch.
Will be my year.
Let's go to the merch for a second. Because at this point, we're going to start to compare.
2096. I'm going to read that number. Holy shit, bro. TOS. 2024.
Hold on.
2026 will be the year. Am I reading this wrong?
So at this point, if anybody that was here that remembered the conversation about the merch, y'all would remember at the beginning of this whole Iceman thing, episode 1, the ideas that I gave, the tips that I gave are far superior than what's ever on this page right now. If that's your merch, that is a disappointment and a half. I gotta say. The tracksuit that he was wearing on Aiden Ross's stream, if that was the merch for this, that would sell out instantly. And mind you, you don't need that many units because you just want to sell it, right? You can sell it at the same price as Nocta, right? And Nocta's expensive. Put it as a Nocta price. Get the tracksuits. Those would sell out instantly. The Hypebeast community would lock in and pay for that. If it's a $500, $600 tracksuit, the Hypebeast community is going to make things happen. This 2026 will be my year. Bro, what are you doing? That merch is not good. He's always been lazy with the merch facts. What's good, Ron? Find that nigga for vandalism. That is hilarious. Okay, so let's read this real quick. Filing for vandalism, reckless endangerment, public nuisance, contributory negligence, being a big neck beige. Oh crap! I'm dead. But yo, you've heard me talk about the merch before. The initial merch was good. This is terrible. But let's keep going.
Will be my year. 2026
I haven't
will be my
fast
year.
forward, so it's gonna be
2096. I'm gonna read that number. Yeah, no, this is Jake's dad. Holy fuck. Ice News, issue number 1. What flag is this? I've seen this. It looks like a hospital sign.
Like this literally looks like a
Despite
Dr.
the first
Seuss moment. I swear.
It seems to be part of the game. I can hear this in the news reporter voice from like 1950s. Despite the first casualties, seems to be a part of the game. Iceman. Iceman. Oh, sexy red. Do it sexy. Do it sexy. This was the Pinocchio. This is.
You're not letting that Pinocchio shit go. So, we already know you're going to be coming for people's head tops in this album. Now, let's look at What Did I Miss for a second, because for the people that remember what I said the What Did I Miss beat was good. I'm a sucker for an anthem. I'm a sucker for trumpets and instruments used in music. And a lot of times when you have the trumpets or anything like that, when you have like percussion, whatever kind of instruments in a song like that, a lot of the times, 9 times out of 10, it gives off anthem vibes. You know, every anthem that I know personally, of course it's not every single anthem, but all the ones that I know, a lot of them have instruments in it. And those songs are bangers to this day. What Did I Miss had potential. But as soon as you start talking about how people don't love him or people don't like him and he don't give a F, I'm like, bro, we've already been here 5 different times. So you're making new sound with the same lyrics. And it's not even like a new sound as if it's brand new. It's a new sound of something we haven't heard in a minute. And now you're sitting there talking about, oh, I don't give a F if people love me. I don't give a F if people like me. Bro, how many more times do we need to stay scheming? Or scheming up? How many more times do we need those 2 songs regurgitated over and over? No friends in the industry. How many more times do we need that? We already had that established a long time ago. Listen, one thing about music today that I have to say is music today is made with intention. Intentionality matters again when it comes to dropping music or making a project. It's not just about putting music out there. That's lazy. That doesn't work anymore. In fact, if this album is a compilation album, it's going to work for Drake fans, but for the rest of the world, a lot of things are going to be in question because the rest of the world is actually moving on right now. They're actually moving on. They're actually making music with intention. But because the industry fears what's happening right now because they can't control it, that's why they want things to revert back to what it was. Because they can't control what's coming. Or not necessarily what's coming, but what's here. That's why they have issues with the culture and they wanted to make their own monoculture. Because if they had their own monoculture, then they can control what they want and when they want things to happen. That's going to maximize their profit. That's going to maximize on their revenue when it comes to music or anything around music. So that's why they did what they did when it comes to culture and how they want it out of here, because they can't control it. And the things they can't control, they're just going to move it to the side and try to make their own. And that's exactly what they did. Right? So it's kind of disappointing in a sense, but that's how they make things work. That's what happens when you have people that only live by algorithms run things. When they only care about numbers, they're only going to do it their way because it's going to produce those numbers. Now with what's going on in music, does that really work today? No. That's why they are inducing fear and all this hysteria. With all these little articles out there talking about how hip hop is not doing well, even though hip hop is doing fine. They're lying to your face to get a reaction out of you so they can maintain what they're doing to this day. And with their golden goose, this is their last ditch effort. So this is why my curiosity comes in. I'm just like, I wonder how well this is going to do for them. Or what does that mean for them? Or how they're going to milk this. Right? But the fact that we're still here, we already know what kind of time we're going to be on. And it doesn't help that he have Sexy Red on the album either.
You know, fam? Niggas are slimes in the industry, bro. He was trying to send the message, bro. I remember that, bro. He was trying to send a... Whoa.
Oh, my bad.
Where is this? Money. Oh, this is how much he made in summer 2025, I'm assuming? But this is all 20s. Oh, this looks like 100. Whoa. Whoa. Yo, Smiley. Drake. Weather. Snow without weather. Sculpture, what's snow without... Gatekeeping it, man. Clubs. Save our clubs. $2.95.
Save our clubs. You cannot save a dying industry. That industry has been oversaturated for years. Oversaturated to the point where the price is not realistic no more. Because all you need is an Airbnb or some sort of event space to do what you need to do in terms of having a party. And then when it comes to getting bottles, for people out here in Toronto, just go to LCBO. Go to LCBO. That's it. That's all you got to do. Go to your liquor store and go get some liquor. Go call the girls up. Said, I got a spot. Here's the address. Boom. You don't need to go to no club. You don't need to pay no $20 to get in. And you got to pay more money to get like some little drink that's overpriced. They're holding back on the liquor in these clubs. That's what they're doing right now. Just think about that for a second. You'll go get like a pineapple tequila drink. Something as simple as that. A lot of these clubs are watering down the liquor. When you go to different spots, the drink tastes different, even though it's the same ingredients, the same box drink, the same alcohol bottle. But every spot you go to, it tastes different because they're watering down the alcohol. Save our clubs. There's nothing to save when it's been burnt out. This is what happens when you burn out your resources. They have to change. And to be honest with what's going on in clubs right now, people want to dance in the clubs again. The girls want to dance in the clubs again. A lot of girls be thinking the strippers or the model girls are boring. And that's what be occupying the clubs today. Them girls are boring. Because they'll get drunk, they'll get sloppy, they'll eat all your food. And then a lot of these dudes, with their big stomach out trying to get these girls, you're not even going to get nothing. But you're going to brag about something you got even though you're lying. I already know because I witnessed these things when I worked security downtown. I witnessed the funniest things and some horrific things as well. Trust me, save our clubs, it's not happening. It's not happening. You can have a sudden influx of people that want to go again. But people today prefer the day parties over the nightlife. Because there's something wrong with a lot of these dudes in Toronto when it comes to the nightlife. The fact that y'all robbed Scotty Barnes for his chain alone, it gives off numbers and waves of what not to do in Toronto. Don't go out at night. Or if you do, choose a spot wisely. You got to go to a hole in the wall.
The high heels news. We're going to go through this entire book. Iceman. Okay, it's a skating rink. Houston, February 6th. Houston, February 6th. This looks like a stove. Or a lie detector. Iceman is Drake. Let's go. Iceman, Drake, jewelry repair. Okay. Iceman is also a jewelry repair shop. Toronto. This is like tape. This can come off. I have to read it upside down? Okay. Pickaxed it. It's called Ice Wall.
This is the rollout. This little Dr. Seuss magazine book is the rollout. There's too many creeps in the club, facts. Plenty of creeps around here in Toronto with what I explained yesterday in the Discord. Too many. But this is the rollout right here. It's not the ice brick that was in Toronto. That was in downtown Toronto. It's this. This magazine is the rollout. Having a streamer flip through the magazine pages to reveal little things and little messages is the rollout for this. That sculpture, that brick that was in Toronto, like downtown, that was just like, that was poor engagement. That was not good engagement, if I'm going to be real, you know? So, it is what it is at this point. I just realized it's 8:03. I'm going to wrap up real quick with a final thought. 2 years. 2 years we've been, or a lot of people's been waiting for this, right? A lot of people don't even realize this has been teased for 2 years. Been sitting around for 2 years waiting, hopefully, like, humbly, just like, what are we going to get? When are we going to get it? Your fans have been fed up for months of this year alone. Don't even get me started on last year with the potential days of when this could have came out. And I'm going to get to the release date itself in a second, but just looking at all the missteps with this rollout, I hope you do the best you can, because if it doesn't do good, it's not going to look good on you. If you're gonna tease this, if you're gonna say, "Oh, the Iceman coming soon," and it's been 2 years since you said it, bro, I'm expecting you to do like 700,000 first week. I'm expecting you to do 600,000 first week. That's what I'm expecting. And then looking at the Iceman date itself for this year alone, it's good. It's good. The release date is smart. He's doing what you need to do. Like I said prior, you gotta have. If you want to take over the summer, you got to release it in the spring. He's doing that. So on that part, he did that part right. That's cool. But I hope this is worth it. Because if this is not worth it, it's not going to look good on you. Because at that point, if it's not good, a lot of people are going to start to look at the events of the 2 years of what this has been going on for. And if it doesn't look good, that's going to be a big problem. Let's tap into the DJ scene. I'll come up there and we can set Toronto on fire. It's too much ice in the city. That's hilarious. He better sell more than 325 or I'm clowning. Hey, do what you got to do. And that's another thing. Kendrick dropped first week, 325,000. No promo. No marketing. No nothing. This has been going on for 2 years. This is all the marketing you can get. It better be worth it. That's all I got to say. Now, for anybody that's in Toronto that's probably watching this video, I want to let y'all know this real quick. On this channel, I'm critical. On this channel, I'm not holding back no punches. On this channel, I'm looking at everything I can get my hands on. Right? So when it comes to Aubrey, when it comes to Drake, there's a lot of inconsistencies I'm not a fan of personally. And I'm not going to overlook them because I have brain cells. Understand me? I'm not going to sit around and act like a mindless drone following something that I question. I'm simply not going to do that. I'm not built like that. It's not possible for me to do that. Because my brain works, I have to question these things. Because why are we moving like this? The man sets up an ice sculpture with numerous signs saying, do not touch. The first thing we do is climb it or try to burn it down. Yeah, of course, you're hungry for new music. You've been fed lies about the music of today and how it's boring. It's not my fault you're easy to manipulate. Look at y'all out there climbing ice. I'm not easy to manipulate. That's not possible for me. So I'm not going to run around making myself look crazy off of some little sculpture when you already had the release date that's supposedly at the bottom. So what did y'all climb it for? What did you try to burn it down for? What was the point of all this? Y'all's out there sitting talking about Kendrick can't do this. Why the hell would Kendrick want to do that? Why the hell would Kendrick want to put y'all in danger? To risk y'all lives for something that's not even at the bottom of the goddamn brick? That's my question. He took the damn release date, went over to the embassy the same day, and then came back and started to break down the ice for what? That's what I want to know. Y'all willingly make yourselves look dumb. For what? You already had the release date. So what the hell is at the bottom of the ice? That's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy to me. Staged as a mother... That's insane. Anyway, look. That's pretty much my thoughts on what's going on with this Iceman thing. So, it is what it is at this point. Culture United should be starting soon. So, I'm probably going to get up out of here. Today was short. There wasn't too much news. I see people talking about David. I don't care about what's going on with David. Lock him up. The man dismembered a 14-year-old girl that he was dating. And because the optics of the situation could ruin his career, he said, let's slice and dice. I'm not talking about David. I'm done with him. I'm not making no videos on him no more. I'm done. So don't expect me to watch anything about him. I'm not doing that. Y'all can have your fun with David. I don't care about him. He already got the 15 minutes. He already got the 15 minutes of fame he got. I'm done with him. I'm good. You know, so I'm not worried about little dude. You know, so it is what it is. But I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm probably gonna be in the Discord. We're probably gonna be watching the Culture United, so it is what it is. But I gotta go to the pharmacy and get some more medicine because this ain't working. I need something that's gonna put me to sleep. I need something that's gonna put me to sleep and heal up my body. You know what I'm saying? Bring old Sparky back. That's crazy. You know, but today was short. Today was quick. I was already, the way I was coughing, it was not pretty. I couldn't go live at the time I should have went at. You know, but I still show up for today. You know, I'm a little better. I took a little nap, and I don't really take naps like that. I woke up, I said I can do this, and that's what I'm here today to do, you know? So at this point, I'm going to call it. Y'all going to see me tomorrow. Hopefully, I can go live at the usual time, which is 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If not, y'all going to see me say I'm live on the Discord. So, it is what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, bro. My head hurt. I ain't going to lie to you. Anyway, y'all know the spiel already. Take care, be well, be safe. Stay true, be you. Live long and long live. Peace. Have a great day. Have a great night wherever you are in this world. Thank you for stopping by. Like always, shout out to the Flex Mob. Shout out to the Shadow Mob. Shout out to the mod. Shout out to the chat. Love y'all for real. Get some lemon, honey, and ginger, and make honey onion syrup. Rotted. I might have to do that. Yeah. Yo, thank you for reminding me. I might have to do that. So, lemon, honey, and ginger. I can definitely do that. But the honey onion syrup, I might have to try that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, bro. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the channel. Shout out to everybody loving them. Loving the shorts. I appreciate y'all for engaging with the shorts. Them shorts, those matter to me right now. For what Jay-Z said about breakdancing, I'm showing the world what's really good. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully one day I can talk about DJing. I can talk about the graffiti, and I can talk about MCs. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if I can react to some battle rap. You know, let's see if I can react some battle rap. That'll be dope. You know, but at this point, keep your head up. We have Trump, so we feel your pain. Laugh about this. I'm dead. Don't kill me. Drake going out. Don't take the city Oreo with you. Don't kill me. That's hilarious. Anyway, y'all. Peace. Have a great day. Rochester and Toronto are kindred cities. Amen.